I would like to now welcome our Pro-Vice Chancellor, Ms. Alice Wilby, to just give her introduction and just provide a few insights on what UCB is.
Thank you. So my name is Alice Wilby. I am a Pro-Vice Chancellor at University College Birmingham, known as UCB. We're a medium-sized university in the heart of England. So we're based in Birmingham, England's second city. We have about 5,000 university students and a large number from Nepal now. And we are a skills-based university, so lots of hands-on courses, academic, but with really, really strong vocational industry-based skills involved. And we offer degrees accredited by University College Birmingham, but we also offer degrees accredited by the University of Warwick, which is one of the Russell Group universities in the UK and one of the top universities in the world.
Perfect. Now I would request Chris to please introduce himself and just provide some information on how we help the international students at UCB.
Thank you. So my name is Chris Sharp. I'm the Director of International Recruitment and Partnerships at University College Birmingham. We support international students holistically and Nepalese students in 4 channels. So we work with local partners, academic partners and recruitment partners to identify skills gaps that there may be within local areas. We then develop curriculum to try and meet those skills gaps and to work with those academic partnerships. We support students in their journey via admissions, visa support mechanisms and visa processing. We provide students mechanisms on the ground, so once they arrive at University College Birmingham, through in-sessional support via English language mechanisms or through additional skills support. And then finally, we work with our UCB hired team on campus who provide work-based placements for students, so students can actually apply what they've learned on their courses to a work-based environment.
Can I now please request her to throw some light on what the Nepalese market is for UCB basically.
Thank you everyone for being here today. My name is Bharat and I'm the Associate Director of International Recruitment and Partnerships at the University College Birmingham. As previously mentioned, Nepal has been really good to University College Birmingham, and I think Nepal being the growing economy right now in the world, I think so this is the high time where, as our director has already mentioned, that we're trying to fulfill the skill gap wherever it is needed. So we are working very closely with the High Commissioner in Nepal in London in order to understand how we can support the students not only when they're in the UK but also when they come back into the country. So we are working with some of our the most known partner agents within Nepal to identify also how we can support further in the market to take the Nepali students to the next level. As being a skill-based university, we want to add more value to their profile, and that's what we as a university are. So hoping that Nepal stays good with us, and we want to work more with the Nepalese students and the Nepalese community. Thank you.
Thank you so much for providing us all the information about UCB. Now I would like to take this opportunity to thank Mr. Prakash Shilwar from National News Agency, Mr. Ganesh Himire from Amnesty International, Mr. Deepak Acharya, the Director of Community Radio International, and other valuable media people who are present here with us today. Thank you so much for coming this morning and giving us time to interact with you all. Now since we have had all the information about UCB, I would like to keep the floor open for you to just ask questions to my colleagues. If you have any specific question, you can address it to them, or any one of them would just answer your queries.
My question for Chris is, how is UCB providing quality education different from the rest of the university or colleges in UK?
So we focus our programs on more vocational elements and ensuring that the students actually have the skills and they learn the skills during the program to apply them back into a work environment. So an example, as you say, would be working with our UCB hired team, where we provide industry placements for students throughout their studies as well as them supporting them for actually having job placements. So we embed that throughout the programming. So students are never just sat in the classroom. There's always an opportunity for them to actually learn. As Alice had already mentioned as well, we work with the University of Warwick on a number of our courses to actually provide accreditation. So the students are getting, world-class education as well as an absolute quality product and delivered through placement opportunities across the West Midlands.
Yeah, I have one question. Currently, how many Nepali students are studying in your university? And what's your future expectation from Nepal in terms of number of students or discipline of curriculum for Nepali students?
So we've got a number of Nepalese students
Yeah.
currently studying in the university. We are obviously working very hard with, as Barrett mentioned, with the High Commission and with local partners here in Nepal to identify skills gaps rather than identify numbers of students. What we want to focus on is actually giving back to the community here rather than taking students extensively to the UK. So for us, the question is, what's our expectation? Our expectation is, well, how can we support the Nepalese? How can we support the students here? How can we work with the local health trusts? And how can we work more extensively with other institutions here in Nepal to provide them with the education system that we can bring to the table and ensure that those students are getting the support that they need?
About curriculum, Nepali parents are worried about moral, social education, and in your university, in moral and social educations and cultural educations. What's say about that?
Okay. So each curriculum is set around the particular discipline area. So, for instance, business, nursing, culinary arts, all of our specialisms. Within that, students have a strand of activity that's all about preparing them for work, and that includes preparing students to succeed academically, preparing them to succeed in their jobs, and also preparing them, making sure that they have good well-being, that they are getting the most out of their education, that they're able to learn, that they're meeting lots of different people, that they understand the cultural context of the UK. And so we provide education through those kinds of mechanisms. There isn't in the UK a formal curriculum that everyone has to follow, so each university can design its own curriculum. So for us, we focus around this particular subject, but we do have opportunities for students to be supported to learn more about different cultures, different ways of life, and we do a lot of things outside of the formal curriculum as well. So lots and lots of university societies, different cultural, religious, sports, all kinds of things that students can get involved in.
The fee structure, costly, how costly?
I think the fee structure for
Yes.
University College Birmingham, we've only got two fee structures. One is for undergraduate and one is for postgraduate, and they are very straightforward. For undergraduates, our value of the course stands at £13,500, whereas for postgraduates stands at £14,500. But that's not the cost, because we look after the students and the wider community in that case, and we offer them, various bursaries in that case to enable them to come and study those courses at University College Birmingham. And also to add to your previous question, what like Vice Chancellor just stated, so I understand from the point that you're coming from, as I have a South Asian heritage too myself, and I understand parents is necessary to understand which course that they will be picking, and we know in the South Asian context there are very few courses which the parents always like their students to be. However, how we have been saying that we are working with Nepal as a community together, and we are trying to identify the gaps in the skill areas, and we are supporting that because we are a well-versed vocational skills university, and we are very proud of that. So hopefully we have given you an answer for most of the things.
Yeah, thank you.
Okay, so we have a number of scholarship opportunities for students. We want to focus on merit-based scholarships so that we can provide the best support for the students who meet the academic criteria. So we have an Academic Excellence Award, which is very much aimed at our undergraduate student provision, and we can offer up to a full fee waiver for the very best students. We also have a postgraduate award as well, which is looking at sustainable development and enabling students to look at and apply sustainable methodologies and processes to their learning and their learning outcomes as well. There are other awards that we're also exploring, working with other more community-based activities and working with other academic partners. But we're very much focused on trying to support academic attainment. So our merit-based scholarships are all very much focused on that.
Curiosity. Every year, a lot of students they have gone to study in different countries, likewise UK also. And every university they have to come to collect a lot of students from Nepal, and how it could be the control and a lot of problems from year to year, and a student goes to, and how it's a specific role to minimize the Nepalese students' problem, like UCB. University also, what they have to support in our Nepalese students.
We very much look after our international students, not only just international but domestic too. So we have a cycle in terms of as soon as the student has been, so we have a dedicated team that looks after Nepal here, and what we try and do is as soon as the student has been given an unconditional letter, they start their journey with us, and we give them pre kind of like orientation, where we provide them information of what they are expecting when they arrive. They haven't even arrived in the UK yet. It has already started with them. We start that off quite early, maybe 2 months, sometime 1.5 months before they have to even join the university. We tell them about what they need to do when they arrive in the UK, what they need to do at the university, how they need to register with the doctor, how they need to open a bank account, how they need to go down and apply for a council tax exemption, how they need to, apply for their different accounts within and how to access the university services. So every single thing, we involve the entire university and the university support services to provide that information and feed it off to the system. We create dedicated pages for the university student, and what they have to do is they have to do registration on those pages, provide us the information, which we then provide further to our supporting staff in the university, that speaks to the students automatically. And this process has already started. They haven't even joined the university yet. Once they then join the university, we meet them. It's pretty much a hand-holding service that we give them, because we understand when they are coming 1,000 and 1,000 miles away, traveling to a completely different country, it's pretty new for them. So we already prepare them before they are entering, and once they have entered, we start that training again with them, and that's a dedicated 2 weeks of training that we provide them. I'm saying training, but it's more of orientation. It's basically integrating them from this culture to that culture. So it's kind of like a soft integration that we provide, which includes academic knowledge, which includes the best thing which a lot of universities don't do, which UCB does, is every single student that comes to UCB, the faculty has a year manager. It's pretty much a person that looks after them. Any problem that they have during that year, all they have to do, just go to the person. And another good thing that we do, in order to just finish off what you asked, we have open door policy. And it's not just for the sake of saying an open door policy. Any student can go to any single academic or support service member at any point of time during the office opening hours. And I think so that's the beauty of us as a university, which we take pride in, because we are there to support our students. Yeah.